According to the University of Massachusetts Institute of Technology in 2008, even the most energy conservative Americans still use double the global average of energy per person per year. I've been following the findings of studies conducted on climate change for 2 years now, and I'm here to bring awareness about how we are responsible for the health of our planet and the species that reside here. And I hope that this awareness makes it possible to introduce the significant changes needed in our industrial and environmental methods to help reduce our contribution to climate change. I first would like to talk about the alarming rate of deforestation and habitat loss due to agriculture. And next, I would like to talk about how our use of fossil fuels is exposing how fragile the ecosystems that we rely on really are. And finally, I would like to talk about the disturbing truth of our planet's future if we do not change our current ways. I want to begin now with the habitat loss and deforestation due to agriculture. WorldBank.org suggests currently 37% of Earth's land area is being used for agriculture. This percentage is growing at a rate of 30,000 square miles per year. That's equal to a land area equivalent to the size of South Carolina. Yes, this is a lot of land, which also means that this is a lot of plants and animals that are being disturbed, displaced, and even killed. I would like to now go to my next point of agriculture expansion to the plant and animal loss due to this expansion. Currently, according to WorldBank.org, 16,928 animals are currently on the endangered list due to habitat loss. If you're unfamiliar with endangerment, it simply means that these animals or plants are on the verge of extinction, meaning we will have more dinosaurs here soon if we do not start paying attention to our actions in agriculture expansion. Now that we've talked a little bit about habitat loss and its effects, let's now talk about how our use of fossil fuels is exposing how fragile these ecosystems truly are. Currently, according to Climatica.org, 80% of human energy is composed of fossil fuels. If you're unfamiliar with fossil fuels once burned produce greenhouse gases. Now these greenhouse gases may not be entirely the reason that the greenhouse gas is occurring. This is a natural process. But there's no doubt that greenhouse gas the carbon dioxide from our fossil fuels are contributing to this effect. To get to my point, this greenhouse gas effect increases the average temperature of Earth's surface, and right now we are seeing the glaciers starting to melt, but we are unsure if this is because of our greenhouse gas effect contribution. But what has happened in the past that we are sure of that was caused by the greenhouse gas effect, according to biologicaldiversity.org, was the death of the Great Barrier Reef. The temperature of the water off the coast of Australia rose 1 degree Celsius, and this caused the death of the coral that composed the Great Barrier Reef, and that is simply how fragile that ecosystem was. 1 degree Celsius was enough to destroy the largest living organism on Earth. Now that we've seen how our fossil fuels expose the true fragility of these ecosystems that we rely on, and that not necessarily rely on, but are just a part of the bigger picture, let's not talk about the future of our planet if we do not take into account the effects of our actions. According to biologicaldiversity.org, at current rates of habitat loss, the rainforests are expected to be almost entirely gone in the next 100 years, and almost 30 to 50% of all species on Earth are expected to at least be endangered. Clearly, this is a big disruption of the ecosystems that we rely on very heavily, and this is something that will affect our future if we do not pay attention to it. So my point is this: the Earth's health should be as important to you as it is to me. The mass degradation of habitat and species extinction is happening on a catastrophically short time scale. History shows that global ecosystems take millions to even tens of millions of years to recover. These effects will ultimately reset the future of life as we know it, and human intervention is absolutely required if we want to see any possibility of a short-term recovery. So our time on earth here is limited, so I say let's make it count.